book of Proverbs, chapter 27. In verse 20, it says, hell and destruction are never full, so the eyes of man are never satisfied. You know, it says the eyes of man are never satisfied. You know, the continual longing to grasp a hold of the material possessions of this world, fame and fortune that many seek. But you know, we see when many seek those things that it's never enough, that there's always a void that's not filled. There's still an emptiness that those that have, you know, have this fame and fortune, that they continually seek to grasp more and more, that it's never enough. Going over in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 8, it says, the eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. When we think about in Ecclesiastes, I think about all the things that King Solomon had, the richest man that ever was, all the things that he had, the vineyards, the land, the horses, the chariots, the gold, the silver, all the things that he had acquired through his lifetime. And he had all, you know, he was blessed with wisdom, but he had all these material possessions. But as he got to the later stages of his life, he began to reflect back and see that those things were vanity. You know, that the meaning of those things could still not satisfy the emptiness in one's heart, that it could not fill that void inside oneself. What does it say? Excuse me. The eyes of man are never satisfied. What did Solomon say at the end, the last book, the last chapter? Last verses in the book of Ecclesiastes, as Solomon said, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is man's all. For God will bring every work into judgment, including every secret thing, whether good or evil. God tells us to seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, seeking his purpose, his plan for our life, his righteousness. But you know, that's where the contentment comes from. As Apostle Paul said, he learned to be content in all circumstances, whether he had little, whether he had much. Through all the difficult times that he faced, he said he became content in each circumstance because he realized he was in the will of God, that God had his hand upon him. Solomon's telling us here, it's about that relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ, not missing out on that, filling that void that's inside of each and every one of us. For we were created in God's image. God said he knew us before we were formed in our mother's womb. God says that he wants not one of us to perish. So he's given us a way through the Lord Jesus Christ, who says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, that no man come to the Father but by me.